Here are the things you should practice with Lady Buki every single day. First off, for the next month at least, crate her day and night. Let her out in the mornings and early evenings. Midday, if you'd like to let her out for any reason for a short period of time, that is also fine. So in the mornings, let her out the same way every time. Same thing in the evenings, even midday. Always use the same approach to let her out of the crate. When you have let her out and she's pooed and peed and she has played, and then you are going to go about your work, you can put her back in the crate and then you can release her again, as I said, early evening or midday if you're around and you want to interact with her a little bit. But even midday, when you release her, the first thing you should do is again take her to where she's supposed to poo and pee at. And then most likely midday she'll do just pee, and then you can let her play for a while, spend time with her, and then you put her back in the crate. And then when it's time for her to come out in the evening, you go through the same process. This is the way I recommend you let Buki out of her crate every single time. When you walk up to her at the crate, ask her to sit. Now, even if she's already sitting, give the instruction so that when you open, she remains seated. Sit. Yes. Remember to always mark yes when you get a response. Now, I'm going to walk towards the door, but then I'm going to enforce the behavior by repeating the command. Sit. Yes. Now, when I free her, I'll let her come and sit over here and then wait for me to open the door and then step out and then free her again. So this is her first test of impulse control. That will be her second test. Free. Yes. So I mark yes even on a free. Good girl. So now I'm going to let her sit here. Okay, Buki, sit. Yes. You can practice this in a sit or a down. Let's do a down, for instance. Down. Yes. Always say you're down with your finger pointed to encourage the behavior. Yes. So now I'm stepping out and then making sure she stays. So I'll say the command again to enforce it. Down. Good. So when I'm ready, free. Yes. So this is going to be our third test of her impulse control. Sit. Yes. No. Sit. Yes. No. Yes. So whenever she wants to do it down, I take my hand above her head and snap it to correct as I say sit. Sit. Yes. Don't do it down. Buki, come. Sit. Yes. Very good. We're doing a sit this time, okay? I'm going to open, step out, turn around to make sure she's still there. Yes. So I usually deliberately walk back inside the house, make sure she's still sitting. Yes. Sometimes I'll walk away from her just to make sure she's still obeying. Yes. Step back out. Make sure she's still there. Yes. And then when I'm satisfied, free. Yes. Good. So I'm going to shut this door. So whenever she comes out from the crate, first place we go to is where she needs to poo and pee. Buki. Yes. Which is here. So that can be your lawn, or you can set up an AstroTurf if the whole compound is paved or something, because the poo area has to be distinct from the areas where you don't want her to poo. So I'll recommend that when she comes, you usually take her there yourself. Because your setup is different, you need to get her used to that area by taking her there and letting her know that, okay, this is where you want her to do her business. So you just wait on her, and then when she's done, you can leave her alone, let her play for a while, or you can play with her if you want. So whenever I'm around, when she pees, yes, I just mark those behaviors. I want her to know that I'm approving every single thing. So when I mark yes, she figures, oh, I'm happy that she peed. It helps motivate her to do the next thing, which is to poo. I have a leash tethered over there, like the one I have here. Hook it to her collar and leave her there. When you tether her to the leash, you can grab a chair, just sit close by and then observe her whilst you are reading a book or something. Just wait on her, and then when she is done doing her business, then you can free her to run around. It's good to observe, because whenever they are done and then you have the opportunity to mark yes at the end of it, it just helps them to understand the process much, much better, and helps you to get faster results as time goes on. Whenever you get a response from Buki for an instruction, always mark it with the word yes. Always do that. So if it's a call, Buki, yes, I mark that response immediately. If it's an instruction, come, yes, sit, yes, down, yes. I wait for her to go all the way down before I mark. Free, yes. Even when I free her, I mark her for that. So yes is the marker for every response, and every mistake should be marked with no. So once you do those repeatedly, those words become stronger in her vocabulary, and they are very important for her. So as for her commands, Buki, yes. Name response is good. Name recall is good. Even when she's distracted, her name recall is good. Sit, yes. Response to sit is good. Down, yes. Response to down is good, even though it's slow. Free, yes. Response to free is good, even though it's slow. When it comes to her impulse control, the way you practice with her when you're letting her out of the crate, all those exercises are impulse control exercises. So as you can see, that is going very, very well. You know, when you're outdoor, even with distractions around, you can practice sit, yes. So in the same way, whenever you want to enforce the behavior, you can repeat the command, sit, no matter where you are, no matter what you're going to do. Yes. And you can be marking. Yes. Free. Yes, very good. And free is a command. It's absolutely a command. So whenever you practice impulse control, you have the opportunity to remind her of what free means. And you can always practice impulse control in a sit or in a down. Buki, down. Yes. So with impulse control exercises, that is where you begin to have the opportunity to practice corrections, right? So if she breaks free, how do you correct that? The principle is very, very simple. Whenever she breaks free, immediately mark with a no when she gets up. Immediately mark with a no. And then you take her back to the same spot and then repeat the same instruction. If it was a down, you make sure you repeat a down. If it was a sit, you make sure you repeat a sit. And then you leave her again, and then you go to wherever it is you went to the first time when she broke free. So that's the principle of correction. So I always recommend that if you get it easy in many scenarios, always think of something that will complicate it to get her to make a mistake, and practice it in that scenario. Let her make the mistake and then correct. The more you do that, the more you enforce the behavior and the understanding of it, and the more you present yourself as a leader and a guide. So you'll generally get obedience out of her on a higher level when there are opportunities to correct her and guide her to do things properly. So, Buki, yes, very good girl, very good. In general, she does very well. When you walk her, she doesn't give you any trouble. She walks well on the leash. I like to always keep her on my left side, but I don't like to pull. I want to make sure she's free. She's doing the walking by herself. When she tries to cross me, I just correct her, and then we enjoy our walks together like that. So this position is always best for your walks. Sit, yes. Down. Very good. I just like to randomly practice everything that she knows. Free. Very good. So even when you ask, Buki, yes. Sit. Yes. Even when you ask for a paw, like a handshake. Hello. Yes. Very good. Even that behavior, you should mark it with a yes. Good. Free. Yes. Very good. Good girl. Very good. So mark every response to every instruction with yes. And then mark every mistake with no. And whenever you want to correct the behavior, always make sure you take her back to the same spot where she made the mistake, give the same instruction, and then mark with yes when she gets it right. Free. Yes.